Hello everyone, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel if you're new. My name is Jake and I'm delighted to say with the release of FM21 we're finally back managing Chelsea. It's what kick-started this whole channel and we're back doing it again, only for the beta this year, maybe a bit over from the beta. The idea is to do 2 seasons with Chelsea and attempt to win the Champions League. A few quick things to talk about before we start. Firstly, I haven't played Football Manager 21 yet properly. This is the first time I'm going to be going through things, so you guys are coming along for the ride with me. Then we've got the rules for the save, and there isn't many. The only thing I'm thinking about is, I know the idea in Football Manager is often to sign the best young players, the best wonder kids, to just make your team really overpowered. We're going to try and keep it realistic on this series, and that means probably not many wonder kids signings. Like I say, the idea is we're here for 2 years. Wonder kids probably take a few more than 2 years to develop. So we'll see who we buy, but I imagine there won't be that much transfer business, but you never know. Also, if you didn't see my last video, which was like a channel update about why we stopped for a little while on here, and that is because I am now working for FM Scout, which is one of the biggest Football Manager channels, which is brilliant on YouTube. You can go check it out. And because that takes up a bit more of my time and is actually like a job, I have more responsibilities on there than I do here. So as much as I'll try and stick to a schedule and upload as regularly as I can on this channel, there's no guarantees, but expect a video every few days, every 2 or 3 days probably. And the way I do things, I imagine this series will be about 15 episodes long, if that, so we'll see what happens. If you don't already know, on this channel we do 1 game per video. This video isn't going to have a match in it, so don't get your hopes up for that. It's more going to be about looking around Chelsea, seeing what we might need to do in the transfer window, seeing what players we've already got, and that kind of thing. Now, I'll shut up in a second, I promise, but you can see here, this might sound a bit loud right now. We got ourselves a microphone because of the upgrade to FM Scout. I needed a bit better equipment, so we've got a microphone here if I just set that back right. And the final thing is, with these videos, I'm going to try and keep them a bit more natural, not as many cuts and edits. If I make mistakes when talking, I'm probably just going to leave it in and just like work my way around it like you would in a normal conversation, because it takes a long time to edit alongside all the other stuff I've got to do for Scout if I'm like chopping and changing every few seconds just to make it sound perfect. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it comes across a bit more natural for you guys, and in that way makes it a bit more enjoyable. So you can see here we've got my face. Jake Cooper has taken the hot seat as the Chelsea boss, and yeah, let's get into the save. Let's see how we do. Straight off the bat, we can see we've got a 3-year deal worth £130,000, which is very good. Again, I haven't looked around these new menus or anything like that, so we'll see what goes on here. It seems like we've got some players in the last year of a contract. Let's have a look. Hopefully my fat head doesn't cover it up. Thiago Silva and Giroud, both with a year remaining, but a 1-year extension clause, so we don't have to worry about that. And then some potential players we can sell here, the likes of Van Ginkel, Piazon, maybe will bring us in some money. No one we really need to get a contract for right now. No one looking amazing that definitely needs a deal, so we don't need to worry about that too much yet. A tactic I can set up later, so we're going to move past that. And then what have we got here? Our club expectations: play attacking football, play possession football, develop player using the club's youth system, blah blah blah. Yeah, we get the idea of that. Basically, be a big club, buy big players and buy young players. Don't give anyone over the age of 30 more than 1-year deals, we already know that. Sign young players to develop for a profit is required. Maybe that was a reason Chelsea were buying the likes of Havertz and Werner, maybe to sell on in the future. Maintain the best youth system in the world, which suggests that we've already got the best youth system in the world, which is good. At the end of the current season, they want us to reach the semi-finals of the Champions League minimum, but only qualify for the Champions League in the Premier League. That seems a bit of a disparity, but we'll see what goes on. Hopefully we don't lose our job first season. And also, before I continue, I know I need a haircut. I was going to get one before lockdown, but you know, lockdown stopped that, so I've got to go 4 weeks with my hair growing out longer. Plus, I don't have the big headphones on anymore because of this new mic, which is quite useful. I'm also going to invest in a webcam soon, a much better one that actually gives you a better quality image. And then I want to try and look at getting a new computer, which will mean you've probably noticed I have to stretch my screen a little bit because my laptop is an old laptop and it isn't a full 1080p screen, so I have to kind of like stretch it to be 1080p, which does affect the quality of the image, but you know, I can't really do much about it until I get something new, which will hopefully be someday soon, maybe in the next couple of months kind of thing. But I imagine for this beta save, this equipment will kind of stick around. We've got a decent pre-season coming up. Let's see what injuries we've got. Chilwell's out for 3 to 7 weeks. I know we can cover that because we've got the likes of Emerson and Alonso at left back still, although it says Emerson's injured here, but for how long? How do we see it nowadays? I don't know. Damage cruciate. Oh, it's a reoccurring injury. There you go. He keeps damaging his cruciate. We can move past that again. Let's keep looking up. We can see we have been the biggest spenders in transfer window this season, as well as the highest transfer was for Kai Havertz, who looks like he's going to be a top player for us already. I haven't had a look around the squad or looked at Chelsea player ratings this year. Hopefully we've got some good players to work around like we do in real life. Chelsea are obviously doing so well in real life, and I think the first job probably to take a look at the team that we've got and try and put together a first starting 11. So once I've got that starting 11, I'll put it together and I'll show you what I've came up with. Okay, so here we are with a kind of rough team. This is nothing definite yet. I've changed the side of my face so that it's not in the way of these players here. And the first thing you'll notice is I've gone for Kepa in goal. Now that is because it seems like the problems with Kepa in real life aren't reflected in the game. Kepa actually looks pretty good here. I don't know why he's a 3-star keeper but only 2.5. Let's see if Mendy goes up to 3 stars. Yeah, we're going to play Mendy. I'll shut up. We're going to use Mendy instead. I'm going to try and sell Kepa if I can, but if not, it's no problem. We're going to look to move on Caballero too, but I imagine that'd be quite hard. At right back, we've obviously got Reece James and Azpilicueta, who is currently covering the left back slot because Alonso is injured. Not Alonso, sorry, I meant Chilwell. So Reece James takes the right back spot, looks really good as a right winger, should work perfectly as long as they both stay fit. With Hakim Ziyech, who is an inverted winger on this side, looks like he's going to be a really good player this year. Fikayo Tomori, surprisingly, is 4 stars, our best centre-back at the club, classed as better than Thiago Silva, so he's in the starting lineup. I'm happy with that. We've got Zuma around, who is wanted by PSG. Again, I'm not really inclined to sell him, but if we get a really good offer and I find someone who could do a better job for us, I'll look into it, but I'm not planning on selling Zuma. Left back, we've got Ben Chilwell, Alonso, Emerson and Azpilicueta as possibilities at the left back spot, so I'll probably look to sell one of Emerson or Alonso on. I'm thinking about Alonso. I know in real life he's cool to keep around in case we play 5 at the back. It's not likely I'm going to play 5 at the back with this team, so I might look to move him on. Central midfield, we're pretty much stacked. I mean, we've got Kante, Kovacic, Loftus-Cheek's out on loan, Barkley's out on loan. We've got Mason Mount, who doesn't even make the team, who's on the bench. Jorginho, who again is another player who's wanted. It says he's listed here. I didn't do that. I might look into that and maybe change it depending on how much we're asking for him, because if we do get like a 40-50 million pound off of him, I would be willing to sell. And then Chelsea's attack is brilliant too. We've got Ziyech, Havertz, Pulisic and Werner. And backwards for them, we've got the likes of Abraham, Hudson-Odoi, Giroud, Mount, who we can play further forward. I may be thinking about another right winger just to occupy this spot and assume that Pulisic will be a left winger with Hudson-Odoi. So maybe backup right winger could be useful. We'll see. I haven't fully decided yet. But the people who are up for sale are, I haven't done this is already there, but Marcos Alonso, Jorginho, possibly Giroud, maybe Rudiger. I don't know. We haven't got much of a budget as far as I'm aware. I think I saw it earlier. Let's have a look. Yeah, £12 million with a £70,000 wage budget. Nothing really there. We're not going to really be able to sign many players with that. But we know we can get that up if we sell the right players. You can expect to see a lot of this in FM21 where you start a save with a not very high wage budget or transfer budget. It makes sense with the coronavirus stuff. The first season, clubs aren't going to be spending much money. So I'll be looking at a lot of loan to buy options maybe. We'll see what happens. I think this team is already really good, but it definitely could be worked on. We're currently using a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress with wide players. We could maybe look at moving that into a 4-3-3, like how Chelsea are playing in real life at the minute, with Kante behind the midfield, but we'll see what happens. Now my next plan is to look around the development centre, look at some players out on loan, if any of them have a possibility of being recalled to maybe be sold, or if there's any good players in the development centre that we can move up to the first team, and it looks like there's already some. I haven't looked around yet, but you can see the likes of Billy Gilmore should already be in the main squad. I don't know why he's in the under-23s. I assume injury problems, but we'll see. So we've definitely got a really strong squad, and I'm excited for what we can do here. So let's have a look around the youth teams. Again, like I said, no match in today's video. More just looking around, getting used to everything, and the first match of the Premier League season will be in the next video. Me and I've got a little bit of time to catch up to that first game, sign some players that we can talk about in the next video, and hopefully have a good pre-season too. So let's see who's in the under-23s who could maybe be part of our first team squad. We've got Ethan Ampadu as the best of all of them, out on loan at Sheffield. I assume there's no recall option. There's not. Hopefully he has a good season there and can help us out in that second season. But it looks like in terms of Football Manager 21, he's going to be one of the wonder kids because he can play central midfield, defensive midfield, or centre back with a potential of 5 stars. Andrin, again, another player with 5 stars. I'm going to move him into the first team. We can look at possibly using him as a backup to Kai Havertz. Maybe that will deal with the problem of needing a winger because Pulisic could maybe move out onto the right side. I don't know, my brain's ticking over here. We'll see what we've got. Who's this guy? Oh, yeah, I heard of this guy actually. I don't know how you pronounce it. Mumbayama. We signed him from Barcelona. That definitely butchered his name. I'm sorry about that. Looks like a good future centre-back. Probably isn't going to be much use to us in this save, but at least Football Manager are rating some of these Chelsea players. Plenty of talent here, all of which mostly out on loan, but the ones that are here we can definitely take a look at in the first team. Let's move Billy Gilmore into the senior squad where he deserves to be. Already looks like a useful option in that central midfield. Maybe if we sold Jorginho to bring in some funds. Billy Gilmore can just step into the team. Let me just double check that he is injured. I think he is. There we go, yeah, he's out for 3 to 4 months like he is in real life. I think he's close to coming back in real life now, Billy Gilmore. Damaged knee cartilage, so he's not going to be part of the squad. And then in the under 18s, we've got a few good youngsters here too. All of these players upwards look like they could go on to be good players, including this guy here. I don't know why he didn't highlight. Charlie Widget, there you go. These guys all look like they have a potential to go far. Will probably be a good player if you're looking at managing Chelsea in the long run. Obviously, we're only here for 2 seasons for the beta. Maybe it will continue if everyone loves a save, but we'll see. Anyway, that is the Chelsea youth setup. We've got some good players in there that I'll look more detailed into later and look at bringing players through. Again, in the next video, I'll let you know who we sign and sell. But so far, Football Manager 21 seems quite cool. It's going to take a while for me to get used to these conditions and sharpness things. Isn't how I usually see it. It's usually numbers if you remember, but it's not anymore. Hopefully the new match engine looks cool. I've heard good things about it. I probably won't be able to show it in the videos because if you watched any of my previous series, you'll know we have to use the dots because my computer overheats. So we have to use the 2D dots and not the 3D models. But, you know, we move, and this is our team, really. I'd say the job's nearly done here. Frank Lampard and the board have put together a brilliant squad that suits the system perfectly. I guess that was their intention in real life, to play a 4-2-3-1 Gegenpress, because they've got the perfect players for it. Maybe Frank Lampard was playing a lot of FM20, where that was like the most OP formation. So this is what we're going for, I think. So we'll see how pre-season and the transfer window goes. And then I guess we'll see you in the next video for the first match of the Premier League season, which is against, who have we got? West Ham away. So a derby straight away, only 4 games in this friendly season. So not much there really in the likes of games, so it should be quite quick for me to get there. I hope you did enjoy today's video. I know there was no game, but it was more like an introduction to the series. So hopefully you're all excited to join us on this journey. We've got a lot more subscribers here than we did when we started our second save last year, which was with a test. So hopefully we have a lot more people on board for the ride. To any of you who are watching at this point, thank you. I'm going to look at setting up some kind of things where I can get you guys involved, maybe naming yourselves after youth academy players from our youth intakes, maybe on the next save, maybe not on this save, but on the next one. We'll see what happens. Nothing is set in stone yet, but I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoyed the channel. If you did enjoy today's video, hit that like button, comment down below who you're most excited to see me play with, and subscribe to see the rest of the series. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video, guys, and goodbye.